Alright guys, gals, friends and neighbors, we're back at the Astro project. So we're working inside the van today. And it pretty much appears that I need to start with the distributor. So off comes that. Any lines that I can't get out of the way, I'm going to have to pull off, see? I know you got to take the distributor all the way out. And I just can't move these air conditioning lines. They're mounted like right in between here, like that. I'm going to have to slide it out. I can cut this and lift it up, push this up, and just work it out, I guess. There's the fuel lines. Now this hasn't been running a couple of days, so we'll check the pressure. I don't have to worry about these wires. I did, if you saw my earlier videos this year, I replaced this whole distributor cap and wires and stuff. I don't want to pull on the wires, I'm trying to push them off. There's silicone grease on there that makes a hell of a suction. Alright, these are all, as you can see, they're all loomed up together anyway, so you really can't screw them up. I don't know where this guy comes from. Oh, that's the transmission dipstick. Hey, dipstick! I wish those damn air conditioning lines weren't in the way. We'd be golden. Alright, let's push these guys off. Oh, I got my hose gripper. I don't want to try that. I'm afraid I'll rip it. Man. Awkward. If I can just get it down in there and push. There we go. Kind of break the suction. I think I'm going to have to take this bracket off here anyway. That's a riveted clamp there, and that'll remove these wires too. So I'm going to have to go get that. Okay. Those guys are out of the way. Brand new wires, beautiful high premium quality wires. It's not too bad after I get the distributor off back here. There's not a whole lot to do. I got to get, I don't even know what that is. That's a little line that goes into some regulator thing here right behind the coil, after the coil, right beside the thing. I'm sure it's something to do with fuel and whatever. But I might as well just take that coil wire right out of the way. Alright. I'm going to have to loosen these. These are the fuel lines that go to the... Let's just work on taking that distributor all the way out. Now I need to mark that very precisely so I know how it goes back in. So I'm going to have to find something to reference that to. I didn't check top dead center or nothing when I shut the engine off, because all you got to do is put it back in the exact same way it came out. So just don't move anything, and make sure you put it back so your marks line back up your index mark. So that's all you really need to do, is index it. And there's a clamp underneath that rear manifold. There's the two rear manifold bolts here, and the two rear manifold bolts over there hold the that one doesn't. That one's a separate bolt hole for the fuel lines. I will purge the fuel lines. All I got to do is take the cap off the little Schrader. I love Schrader valve. And give that a little push with something. Yeah, there's no high pressure there. It just spit out a little bit. Alright, it's not going to squirt in our eyes, you know. All right, well, I gotta go get some socket wrenches and stuff here set up, and we'll finish. And definitely, if you have to work in here under for much time at all, make sure you remove that front seat, because you just can't. Okay, I can lift that up. I'm getting so I can see what I'm after. I think I saw on the instructions for this one line going to this, yeah, you push down on it and it comes off. Yep. Okay, there's that line there that comes, it must be fuel, and it goes right to that valve that's right here, just aft of the coil. And this whole harness wraps around this way, so it looks like that coil bracket's going to have to come off. There's a, it's going down to a sensor on that. I got to unplug. Jeepers creepers. I don't know what to call all these sensors, so I'm going to have to, there's a sensor right there too. I don't know if that's a temperature sensor. There's some kind of sensor here on the transmission, but I don't think I need to, or on the back of the engine block right here, I don't think I need to take that off. But let's see what's under that. I know what's under that distributor because I hit it apart once. And there's my Torx. I think that's a 20. Yes, that's a T20 Torx for these distributor screws. One's a little hard to find. There he is. As I said, if these air conditioning lines weren't in here, this would be a whole lot easier. Man, is there Loctite on those? There was Loctite on those. I guess they don't want to vibrate and loose, do they? Alright, let's see here now. Alright, it is pointing. Figure out some way of marking that well. I don't know if the distributor can rotate when it comes out. So it will rotate, it will turn a little bit because the gear that it meshes with is spiral. That sensor there is not in the manifold, so I'm not going to mess with that sensor right there. Distributor wire right there, easy enough. I'm going to have to move this guy here. Rubber gloves are a pain. Food seats as my dad used to say. There, okay, that guy's out. Anyway, I got to figure out how I'm going to index this. There's the two rear manifold bolts. There's the. It shouldn't be too hard to clean the top of the engine here because most of it's here. Yes, I'm going to have to lean under and vacuum and clean and stuff, but and that looks like an 8mm. The lockdown. I thought I brought that wrench with me. Let's see what we got here. Set it behind the camera. Maybe that'll help with lighting. I think those are 8s. I guess that's a 10. Alright. mark this, index this. I'm going to use a black pen and I'm going to make a line just like this. This isn't the best mark ever, but I'm going to mark this right here and this right here. This will probably get washed off. And that's my index. Make any sense? Gonna aim that right. The teeth are pretty coarse, so I should be able to register on that index all right. All right. So. I may have to pull this guy out of the way, I don't know. I'm going to try to pull the whole manifold with the upper on it all out at once and take it into my workshop and rebuild it in there. That way I don't have to mess with it under here. Alright. And as I lift that up, we should see that rotate, I think, to the left. Yep. And I know they're plastic, but the gears are metal. And I will check it for wear while I have it out. Well, if I leave that right on there, it's going to line up when I put it in. And I line that up with here. So that's probably the only mark I need anyway. This will just be a what do I want to say? Just a sanity check mark over here. All right. Are we still on here? Yes, all right. Alright, the bolt on that little bracket is a 13. I just put a socket. I'm going to put that on top of there to help keep any bolts from flying. And that releases that. Now, does that just slide on there? Of course not. But these are loomed up over there, so I'm going to pry that apart somehow, as Mr. Spock would say, by applying sufficient force. I think you push in right here. Come on. Ugh. Why do they have to make everything so flippin' difficult? That hose right there is my EGR exhaust return hose thingy. I found that out. And I'm just going to have to be careful getting in and around that. Sons of guns. Alright, I got to figure that out. I got it. I just stuck a screwdriver right down in between it. Now these wires here, again, are loomed up in order. And I know they order well. Leave that guy lay there for now. I've got to get this Still got to get that PCV valve off in there. PCV, yes. Sounds like my valve is good. Alright. What else do we got to get out of the way here? Well, that one's alright. That can go with that bracket. We're almost. I got to get this out of the way, and I think I'm going to take it off both places. That's one thing that's holding that hose. Maybe that'll help me get it out of the way. Is that a 13 too? Also, yes it is. A lot of 13s and 10s. I just want, oh, it just rotates. There we go. So I'm going to put that bolt right back in there so I don't have to label it. There's a clue for you. Just put the stuff back together. And there's that little thing that's double nutted onto that stud right there. Pretty sure that's a 10. It's all got to come off. So let me go get a 10, which is right here. I think that's my 10. Yeah. Alright. I'm just going to have to hand ratchet that. We're getting down to the nitty gritty though. I got all the dirty parts done outside. Dirty. I guess I could move this a little. I'm hoping you're seeing where I'm at. I'm just trying to get that thing out of the way. There's another bracket that's in the way. I gotta bag these. Take pictures. Well, that's what I'm taking videos for. See where that goes? Right there. Is that a 10 too? Yeah, that's a 10 too. Also, let me see if I can get that little bugger out of there. The easy way. Force it. That's it. There's one. Let's see if I can get that guy. Boy, that guy's going to be tough. I'm going to have to ratchet that guy. Oh boy, I'm glad I decided to do this. No, I'm not really disappointed that I have to do this, but I'm disappointed that I have to do it, yes. I'm not disappointed to do it. I don't mind doing things on my own. You've heard me say that many times. If I can do it myself and save hundreds, why not? Yeah, I could have never been doing this with the engine cover, or with this seat in here still. I'm going to bag and label these two parts so I know what studs they go on and where. Ooh, don't lose that down the heat, man. And not that I couldn't get it out, but it would suck. Put the nut back on there. Nut back on there. See, now if I take this, that's only a 10, I believe, too. Take that rear, there's a bracket for the, I'm going to put an extension on. There's a bracket that holds those pipes, but I think I'm not going to loosen that up until I loosen those pipes. Alright, I'm going to take a short break here, get the pipe wrenches. I just got this wire off. It was on that little sensor right there. I don't know if it's the temperature sensor or what it is, but it's right between the ignition or the exhaust manifold Now I can drag this guy back around. I just popped this little pipe off, came off in this little fuel line right here. I guess these connectors are nice because you push in on them rather than popping that U out. So when you do that, don't break them. You push in and they slide off. I just need to get this out of the way. I don't know what to call that one little valve that's up there. Evap valve. I thought that's what I've heard it called. I'm going to put an arrow on that end like that so I know which way it goes to. Oh my goodness, we're getting down there, boys. We're getting down there. I gotta get, oh, there's the rear stud that's got to come out of that. That should be a 14 maybe? Maybe it's a 13. Here's my 10. Where did my 13 go? Ah, that is. That is a 13. Alright, well, maybe I'll just do this. I don't want anything flying down in that hole, getting down in the guts of the engine. So I'll just put that right there. Out comes one of the rear manifold bolts. And that thing's stuck. Oh no, it's not. That's not where it's bolted. Oh well. It's bolted underneath. That's a bigger one. Let's see what we got. I got different. There's a 14. Let's see if it's a 14. Yep. Alright. I'm just going to run him out and run him back in again without the wire in it. That's kind of out of the way. I guess I can get that out of the way. This stupid thing's going to be the biggest pain. Getting it out between all these dang wires and hoses and shit like that there. Alright, sorry, I got distracted. We're going to take these nuts off now, as I keep saying. Take these nuts off. I brought my set in here somewhere. What size they are. I heard these were, that's 17, that's not big enough. 18, 19. Alright, what size was this one? That one's smaller, yeah, so that's got to be a 16. Alright. And looks to me like they go this away. Alright. That one's really loose. Of course, I think these might have openings in there. I'm not positive. I left that bolted in there because it's tough when you're sitting on all your tools. Guess I got the wrong one. No, why do I throw it? I'm doing it the wrong. You're doing it wrong. What movie was that in? Mr. Mom or something like that. Taking the kids to school, dropping them off the wrong way. Some nonsense. I decided to order a brand new, I probably said this in the rest of the video earlier, brand new real multi-port fuel injection distribution system that you can buy for these. They're just an updated version of the old. Fits right in, retrofits perfectly, but it's just a different technology. The injectors are at the end of the tubes where the poppets used to be, and the injectors used to be up in the top of the housing and fire down the tube. Well, now they've put the actual injectors right out at the port, firing down the tube. So these are compression, so there shouldn't need to be any kind of seal on those, I don't think. I gotta find my 10. There's my 10. And I need to put my distension on it here. And we'll get it right down in there. I don't want to break these lines either. I'm trying to save my AC. I heard these things are tighter than hell, and I saw it on another video. So let's try it with just the ratchet. And he ended up putting a 1/2 inch on it. Ah, there we go. I don't know why it's tight all the way. Is it just because it's corroded in the aluminum? Oh boy, that is tight. I'm gonna hit a little go juice on that. Gotta see that I'm recording. Yeah, okay. Next comes this ECM connector. And there are 2 clips on this. I've seen the advertisements for it. You pull this one out somehow. It's like a lock. Which I don't know how you get that out. Looks like it's got an ear on it that you push in. Alright, I got that side. Alright. And then, it'd be nice if I could FSC. You rock this beat. Rock me, baby, rock me, baby. Oh, no. Pipes, I'm telling you. What a pain in the butt they are. Out the front. Of course, what's going to happen in the back? I think I got them both unclipped enough. Worth crap either. I'm getting blind at my old age. Laying in here like a lizard. Too many freaking wires in the way. There she comes, there she comes, there she comes. There we go. I don't think there's any confusing these wires. My son-in-law will know how to put them back on if I don't. There's the map sensor. That's stupid harness here. These are old wires. I don't want to bend them around too much, you know. break something off inside. See, there's plenty of cursing, not really cursing, but okay. Get this guy out under there. Now, she's really opened up a bit there for us. I'm almost ready to take the thing off, guys. Holy cow, we got almost everything gone. Excuse me. I'd really like to not take that throttle body and everything off. Can I move this down? Alright, I got one more bracket up here. I want to try to take off first. And that's just on a little stud. Another one of them stud mounted. 10 millimeter. Right on the socket wrench, wherever I drop the socket wrench. There it is. I think I can get that, Popeye. Methinks I can get that. No, I can't. Darn pipe. It's I've got that transmission dipstick is what that is. This thing right here, and it's just being a big major pain right in my butt because it's right in the way of everything. I might have to drag this out the front. I don't know. Oops, I better get this off. No, I don't want to. I don't need to take that off. Okay, I'm gonna. I got my 10 millimeter here. I'm working on these studs and nuts on the right side of the manifold here, the upper manifold. They're all 10 millimeter, but they're stacked up with different brackets and stuff. So, okay, that guy just kind of comes off from there. We'll just swing him back. There's one for the coil. And there's the ECM. Or the ICM. I gotta figure out how to get the wire out of it. Oh, I already unplugged that one. I don't think they can mix up. Yeah, they're keyed differently. And while I got this apart, I'm gonna pull up the valve covers, wash them up, clean the gaskets, put new gaskets in. It looks like they got metal gaskets in there. They got the new O-ring ones now. Clean the gunk out, maybe take a look, see how she looks. I think I need to take the coil off. Again, I'll run the nuts right back on. I think I need a bit of an extension on that boy, she said. Yep. Now somebody will tell you that you got to ground your coil for it to work, but that's not so either. The coil has a ground, the neutral, the negative circuit reference for it anyway, I want to call it that, comes through the cable, not through the ground of the vehicle. So some people claim that makes them run better, but I don't believe it. I guess maybe if the chassis, if it is grounded, it might help it keep from arcing. I don't know. Alright. That dude, oh, he goes in there with an O-ring. So I gotta keep him safe. I'm gonna put that stud right back in there because that's where that came out. Boy, I gotta remember where all these parts went. That little guy I think went right in there. No, that can't be true. That's the... So I gotta get a longer one here somewhere. There it is. Whatever that little valve was, I don't know what this thing on the back of here is called. Alright, I gotta go get that nut on the front of the coil. The coil and the ICM will come out then. The ignition control. Sounds like mission control. And then I think I can lift the manifold out, boys. Alright, I'm gonna go get that front bolt on the coil and get it out. We're very close. I have to take these two little bolts off the spider. The spider is actually inside there underneath this housing right there. I pulled that AC line out of the way. I think we're going to be able to recharge that on Sunday. My gloves didn't survive very well. What do you think? Alright, these little nuts. Go right down between these two pipes. And there. I gotta be delicate because that's the fuel line. Inlet. I don't know if I should pry up on that or not. Oh, that little clamp goes in between there, they say. Okay. And they come out. A little bit of fuel leaking out here. There they come. Just eased them up out of there. Well, guys, I think we're down to the manifold part here. There's that one out. I found a little nut here. What's this little nut go to? Does that go down? Yeah, that goes on top of this. That's that wire bracket right there. So, a little bit of crud on top of there. Gotta find my 13s again. 13? 18. Alright. I'm gonna need the dang extension. Uh-oh. Did I go there? No. That's the hold now. I don't know where this guy came from. Hold down bracket there. I'm sure I'll find out when I start looking for missing bolts. Alright. I do need the extension on this guy because of that pipe is all. Of course, these get torqued very slowly to different specific settings in stages when you put this back in. Okay, let me label these bolts first. Alright, dare I try to pry, as the saying goes? Are there pry points? How do I get this guy to move? Let's see, there's a corner right there. Between the head and the manifold. Oh, look at that, she's loose. She is loose. She's heavy, I'll bet. Oh, she's cast aluminum. Look at that, boys and girls. I just gotta ease it out of here. There you go. Yeah, this you can see where this, just from tearing that off, and it was leaking here and right out there. You probably can't see very well. Alright, I'm going to turn you off for now. We're going to go outside for a view. Alright, well, here's what we're down to. Right down to the sides of the heads. This is going to need a lot of cleaning. I'm going to flush this with a lot of brake cleaning stuff and drain the oil and do all that stuff before I run the engine again. Try to flush out all these voids. I don't know if I ripped these when I was pulling it out, but those are the plastic gaskets, and I got the new, it was leaking right here. I've got the new metal ones. Yeah, those are plastic and they're deteriorating. There's the old plastic one, and that's where the leak was. I don't know if these tore apart when I pulled it out. I don't know if these tore apart when I pulled it out. Sorry, I didn't have you on screen. But these are the old plastic ones, what they look like. I've got the new metal-based ones. I don't believe I was all zoomed way in like that, sorry. Alright. Let's see if the other one will peel right out. Grab it right by the corner here. What a mess. There's just a lot of dirt on top of that engine that's fallen down. Look at that one's all plugged up. So that was another desire, is just to get all this crap cleaned off the engine, get her all washed down, pull off the valve covers. I'm going to leave the valve covers on until I get this all cleaned out good first, and then we'll work our way down. I've got to scrape every bit of remaining stuff off of it. Looks like the surfaces for the gaskets themselves aren't that good, other than there's that crusty stuff. But I'm going to have to vacuum that all out, flush it down through the engine and out before I even run it. Alright, well, that's it for today. I'm going to go out to the shop and tear this thing down. My new spider doesn't come until tomorrow, and my thermostat and stuff. But I got to take this all apart so I can get it over to my son-in-law's, and we can run it through his parts cleaner, ultrasonic, whatever we need to. Alright guys, that's it for today.